Hello ghouls, ghosts, specters, and apparitions. We're back again playing some Fantasy Life, and last time we left off we finally got Skelligan back up and running and we were able to leave the past and we're back in the present and we're about to talk to Edward. So we go talk to Edward and we pretty much explained to him that we were stuck in the past and we were looking for him for all this time, and no matter what we were going to reunite with him. And Edward's just like, wow, I wish I was there. But we have a new mission to solve. We have to investigate what happened to that town that you guys were in, because clearly it's a big hole now. So we go down into this chasm to explore and look for this cog that Rem told us about that we got to get rid of, because obviously it will end everything here. And we kind of get like, I wouldn't say jump scared, but like this girl named Carla pops out of this ominous like haze and she tells us we gotta leave. But of course we don't just leave, and Edward just starts looking into the chasm and we're just like, please don't jump in the chasm. And he jumps in the chasm, and of course, you know, our character has to be kind of scary and silly, so they jump in the chasm too. And Carla's about to get us, but then Skelligan jumps in the way to save us. And now Skelligan's knocked out and we're falling into this portal, I guess. This portal takes us to this other world and it's giving like Breath of the Wild / Tears of the Kingdom vibes. We're falling from the sky. We're seeing this massive land. It's massive. In my playthrough, I did not know how to say it, but it's ginormous. I don't know what's wrong with me when I read, but it's ginormous. So it's Ginormosia. Speaking of which, once we eventually hit the ground, Edward's like, hey, spooky, what we're gonna name this place? And my character's like, I don't know. And as I said before, it's Ginormosia, or however you say it. So that's the name we go with, and we have to find Skelligan because guess what? When we went through the portal, we got separated, and we see this giant eye. The giant eye is pretty much like, I've never seen any monsters that look like you guys before. You guys are quite dainty, so I'm gonna call you dainties. And Edward's just like, we're actually called humans, but have you seen this skeleton dragon we came here with? Because we gotta find our way back home and stuff. And the eye introduces herself as Googleina, and she's like, hey, yeah, I haven't seen him, but I am an eye, so that's kind of like the thing I do. I'll do a scan real quick. She finds him and she tells us that we have to find this giant shiny poop because that's where he'll be. And we're just kind of like, huh? Okay. And she's like, yeah, it's in that general direction, so just head that way. We start making our way through this world, and yes, I see that mimic. I am not fighting it. It's level 20 and I'm only level 10 and I'm not about to get jumped. So I'm ignoring it. We make our way to this little like oasis area, and we stumble upon this like very hot land. Like it's so hot that we can't step on it. We start burning. So we have to find a way to get through it or around it. And we see this bear with a giant head, and he's just telling us like, hey, my head is swollen, I got stung by a bee, and I need some soothing water to soothe my pain because I'm suffering and I gotta get the swelling down. And we're just like, oh, okay, dude, like, tell us how to get you this water and we'll get it. And he's like, it's over there, the oasis. So we go back to the oasis, and I actually find a Leafy, which is pretty much in this game. It's pretty much this game's Koroks. They're hidden everywhere. But there's plushlings and there's leafies, and they're both cute, so just enjoy this cute little critter. We don't find the soothing water, but we go over to this Hanawa, and the Hanawa guy is pretty much like, hey, you see that guy over there? He's not real! He's actually a phantom. He's neither here nor there, but, you know, he can help you fight and stuff. So we're like, oh yeah, that's cool, you're very knowledgeable. Since you know all this stuff, do you know where we can get some soothing water? And he pretty much looks at us and goes like, oh yeah, like, you would get it from that oasis, but like, I used all of it because it actually soothes and smooths my skin and keeps us nice and supple. And the only way that you can get any soothing water is if you fight me, because as I said, I took it all. So we're just like, oh yeah, We don't want to fight you. We're gonna go talk to that phantom over there. So the phantom's actually Colin. So if you know old Fantasy Life games, this is actually one of the characters from it. And turns out in this game, there's, as I said, the thing called Phantom Buddies, which are characters from the old game, whether it's like some of your masters, some of the characters from the storyline, side characters, side masters from other towns. Like, there's a whole bunch of characters, but Colin's the first one we're gonna get. And it made me realize that I want to get Damien or Glenn, or Snow. These are the characters I want. And even Celestia would be cool. But yeah, that's besides the point. We talked to Colin. He's like, yeah, I'll help you guys out. I'm not doing anything. Actually, I had a fortune, and the fortune teller told me to help somebody out, so I'm gonna help you out. So we go jump the Hanawa person because, they said that's where the soothing water was, so we had to jump them. And thank goodness for Colin, because I was suffering. I don't have a fighting class, so beating this thing down with a stick took a while. We beat it. We got the suspicious looking soothing water, and we brought it over to the bear guy. The bear guy introduces himself as the Don, and his head shrinks and he's happy, and he's like, hey, thank you very much. My head is normal size now. Thank you for helping me. You could take this camel. So now we got the camel, and the camel lets us go across the hot land, which is great because we needed a safe passage. We go across the desert, but something suspicious because we keep finding clothes, a lot of clothes, somebody slowly undressing in the desert, which will make you think they're doing it because of how hot it is. But then Edward's like, what if they're not? What if they got robbed? What if this person's not undressing because it's hot, but because they're being robbed? So we hear a scream, a woman's scream, and it just seems very suspicious. So of course we make our way over there because we're like, oh dang, what if she really is being robbed? We end up having to fight a pack, and we're just, as I said, thank goodness Colin was with us, because once again, not having a fighting class right now wasn't the best idea, but hey, he's here and he helped us out, and that's what we appreciate. So after we beat the pack, we approach the boys and we're like, hey, you're okay. We don't want any problems. We're just here to help. We found your clothes outside. If you want, we can go grab them. That way you don't have to be embarrassed and you don't have to be naked. And then all of a sudden, she goes I wasn't wearing those clothes. I was storing those clothes. Turns around. Turns out she's an entire wardrobe. This turns out to be Kanugi. I'm pretty sure I said that wrong. A character from the old game. She was actually the master carpenter. And it's funny because obviously she's turned into a furniture item, and she's just like, yeah, suddenly I woke up one day and I look like this and nobody can understand me. So you guys are the first people that actually understand me. So can I please come with you guys? Because it happens to seem to be like fate. And I'd rather go with you guys than continue to not be heard. And we're like, yeah, you can come with us and whatever. And she just kind of does this quip where she's like, yeah, and you guys can store your stuff in me because, I'm a wardrobe. And we're just like, yeah. So that was weird. We end up leaving the shrine and we end up finding Skelligan, who is actually kind of looks like he's being tortured by another one of these eyeball towers, which happens to be Googleina's brother, Googlebert. And he's like, yeah, no, I'm helping him. I'm helping him. He likes it. He likes it, I swear. See, this is helping him. And then Trip's like, oh no, he actually looks worse, but I think he just has something stuck in his nose. Trip tickles his nose, and the gem that we saw earlier that fell in with us ends up popping out, and then Googlebert is like, hey, actually that's a travel stone. You can use that to travel between worlds. You can go back to your own world, you can go to the past, or you can come back here whenever you want. And we're just like, oh wow, that's a very useful tool. And he's like, yeah, do it, use it. It'll get you where you need to go. So it opens up this purple door that opens up to the present. and we go through. And of course, the game kind of has this ominous look where he's just kind of looking into the camera, which makes us very suspicious of him, by the way. Like, our characters aren't suspicious, but I'm suspicious as the viewer. We see some kind of like ghost girl, and she's like, hey, I hope these guys are able to free his soul. And yeah, it goes back to our characters going back to the present. And turns out there's this entire open area where we're going to be able to make our own town. Like, we don't do it yet, but it's there. And I think this is a good stopping point, guys, because there's a lot about to happen in this game. I've already played so much of the game, and now it's just down to like editing these videos down. But yeah, guys, now I want to take time to thank Patreon. Like, look at all these names right here. You could become a paid member, and you guys get your videos 3 days to a week early. And if you become a free member, you get those same videos a week later. So either way, you get the videos before they get out on the channel, or you'll end up getting the full gameplay. In this case, for Fantasy Life, I'm doing the full gameplay on Patreon. So if that's interesting to you, join the Patreon. But yeah, guys, that's all I have to say. As always, take care of yourself, drink some water, and of course, stay spooky.